when I was 13 years old, I was sexually abused. But it wasn't the way you may immediately come to think. It wasn't all law and order SVU, and it wasn't really the type of sexual abuse that the media advertises. It wasn't even the type of abuse that your parents can tell you to watch out for. It wasn't a man offering free ice cream or puppies. I was abused by a friend, someone I trusted, a peer. My abuse was the result of many things. The skewed environment that girls grow up in, low self-esteem, juvenile innocence, but more than anything else, my abuse and the abuse of people all around the world was the result of a poor education. When I think of education, I think of a key, a portal that's guiding me to my future. I think of something that I can't live without. So it confuses me to no end how in 13 years we are required to spend in school human sexuality and general sex ed is either taught minimally or not taught at all. There's this huge misconception in America that the material you learn in school is only useful if it directly applies to your educational or occupational future. People just assume that health class isn't important because it's not going to look prestigious on your college application, or because it's not going to help you get a job. Students have faced and continue to face adversity due to the lack of education on human sexuality. More often than not, kids are forced to face a world without accurate or adequate knowledge on some of the most basic human behaviors. I didn't even know I was sexually abused until I found out what it was. There's no handbook or app that tells you what sex should be like, and kids are so often just thrown into the deep end and expected to swim. Lots of middle schools and high schools require students to go through some sort of sex ed program that usually entails how to get pregnant, how to not get pregnant, the infections you can contract, and how to prevent those infections. And don't get me wrong, teaching that knowledge alone is 100 times better than teaching nothing at all. But to put it in perspective, it would be like everyone at Wilson remembering how to play the recorder from freshman year music class. And then being expected to play the recorder correctly for the rest of their lives. And then, one day, being expected to teach their kids how to play the recorder correctly as well. We learn about sex for the same amount of time that we learned how to play the recorder, for 1 year and 1 semester. For 1 unit in 1 semester, sorry. The one subject that every student will be tested on for the rest of their lives is often just blatantly ignored. There are huge components to human sexuality that can't be looked up on WebMD or the Planned Parenthood website. Consent, pleasure, acceptable behavior, sexuality, orientation, emotions. Those aren't just concepts that you can imagine that you can automatically expect people to understand or to look up on the internet when they get confused. If 13-year-old me had understood the concept and meaning of consent, I would have been saved from a lot of pain and trauma. It took me a long time to connect the dots and really realize what had happened to me. But once I did, I fell into a long, hard battle of depression, self-blame, and post-traumatic stress disorder. I remember once when I was going through a rough time, I confided in someone I was supposed to and told them what had happened to me. I told them what I was feeling, and their response was, "No, that's not sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is when someone beats you or holds you to a wall and then rapes you." When the only knowledge people have about sexual abuse is the media and TV shows, what do you expect them to believe? The lines between rape, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, and sexual assault all very blurry and undefined. When does one form of abuse become another? How are people like me supposed to know that they've been abused if they don't even know what the parameters of sexual abuse really are? How are people supposed to understand that no really means no when there's such an encouragement of concepts like playing hard to get, or the lifelong assumption that young girls are mean to the boys that they like. I'm tired of being quiet about this injustice, and I'm tired of being part of the 68% who will never report my sexual abuse. The solution to America's horrible sexual health statistics lies in the hands of our educators, not doctors, not scientists. The end to sexual abuse is going to start with educating the population on how to prevent it from happening in the first place. Now, I'm not saying all of the world's sexual abuse issues will disappear if students learn more about human sexuality, but it will definitely help the epidemic that so many teens and adolescents are facing. So let's eliminate this taboo that sexual education has become. Let's talk about sex.